Ken Morita from Japan.
The referee, Kent Morita, with the final instructions, and there's the soulful stare between Thomas Hearns and Pablo Baez. As the song goes, he's got Betty Davis eyes.
Did Hagler start that business with you? No, it was Ali, I think, who started the eye business.
Okay, don't blink. Thomas Hearns is in the ring, and he's taking on Pablo Baez, scheduled for 15. The WBA welterweight champion in the white trunks. Baez, the California welterweight champion, in the red trunks. There's the bell for round one. Both fighters 6'1". So it's rare that Thomas Hearns is looking directly into the eye of his opponent and punching straight out instead of down. Once again, in Texas, the 10-point must system if you're scoring along with it.
Hearns looked very well in the first round. He's moving good. He's using that jab. A hard jab is what he's using.
So far, it's all jabs between these two. Baez with a left hook. The right was blocked by Hearns, who just walks away. The one criticism Hearns does not like is that he's not a fine boxer. Marvin, what's your evaluation of his boxing ability?
Well, this is the first time I'm getting a look at him right now, and to me right now, he looks very well. He's using a nice jab there. He looks like he wants to lay back and come with a right hand. That's what he wants to suck him in, pull him into him, and hit him with that right hand.
You guys surprised that Baez is walking into him now? Coming right at him.
The way I heard, looks like this guy is nothing. He walks into him with his hands down and everything. He's very confident about this guy.
Baez with a low blow, warned by the referee about it. Hearns didn't like it at all. I don't know how you would like a low blow. Minute to go in the opening round. Both fighters a little tight, and now they start to open up as they exchange right hands. Of course, Hearns, ever dangerous. He's got cannons in both hands, and there's a right hand that caught Baez flush on the left side of his face. Baez with a couple of body shots of his own, but he takes some rights to his head. Lead right hand by Hearns here in the opening round. Another right by Hearns. Baez standing there. He's a target, that's for sure. He's been hurt early. Hearns with a couple of lefts to the body.
This is what I tell you about. You have to loosen up early before you get out there in that ring. I don't think Baez loosened up enough. There's not an ounce of sweat on him right now.
Hearns with right hands to the left side of Baez, coming upstairs with right hands to the left side of Baez's face.
Marvin, remember I said countering right to a right lead? But Baez is short all the time with that right lead.
Well, he's not moving his head as much, and he's just leaving himself for a target. He's very slow with that jab.
The first 2 minutes of the opening round, kind of quiet. The last minute was worth the entire ticket for tonight's fight. Round 2, scheduled for 10. WBA welterweight champion Thomas Hearns in the white trunks. Pablo Baez, the California welterweight champion, in the red trunks. Baez takes a heavy jab from Hearns and took a backward step off a jab. Baez better not buy any long playing records if he's going to take that many right hands from Hearns. With us at ringside, along with Bill Mazer and me, is Marvin Hagler, the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Marvin, Baez has got to have more movement, otherwise he is going to get hit as if he was a statue.
Well, right now you see Hearns starting to dance and move around. It's so that he's trying to save this guy a little bit. The way he was pumping him in the first round, he was hitting him with hard left hand. It's beautiful right crosses. But let's see if he continues that with the right hand lead.
Baez also having difficulty reaching Hearns. Several of his punches here in the opening moments of the second round have been considerably short. Another right hand by Hearns, off a jab missed. by Baez. Hearns with a combination, then goes downstairs. Misses with the right hand. Right to the body by Hearns. Another right cross catches Baez in the left side of his face.
I believe Baez is fighting him a little wronger. He should have more pressure on him. He's leaving himself open for them long right hands.
Three right hands by Hearns.
The tall man needs a lot of room. He's got to get in the inside of those long arms.
Hearns can go to that right hand anytime he wants. Baez living dangerously here in Houston. This is the second round scheduled for 15.
Every time that you see that build that he backs up, Hearns just leads in there with the straight right hand.
Hearns battling flat-footed here because Baez simply is not moving enough. And Hearns is just sitting back, waiting to counter Baez. Flicking out that jab, and it is a heavy jab. The area around Baez's left eye now is swollen and red. However, it is not cut. It is what you call a laceration.
Well, you notice Hearns starting to slow down a little bit, like he's picking his spots right now. He's waiting for this guy to make a bad move, and you just seen right there, he tried to counter over his jab. He's fighting a very smart fight. He's letting this guy fight his way. That's what he wants to do.
Baez in the red, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. He can't do anything offensively against Hearns. And Hearns there with two body shots, first a right and then a left. And that ends round two. Round three, Thomas Hearns in the white trunks, Pablo Baez in the red. The first two rounds distinctly belong to Thomas Hearns. They score by the 10-point must system here in Texas. And Hearns comes out with some motion here in the third round, circling around Baez.
Sal, that's the way you get rid of a left jab, is banging with a right to the side of the body the way Sean O'Grady did with Hilmer Kenty. They must have noticed that in that fight, and that's what Baez is trying to do. But Hearns seems almost disdainful of it.
Baez has to get in the inside. That's got to be his game plan. He's got to get in the inside, work the body. But by him being so tall himself, he's probably used to fighting shorter guys.
Hearns working the jab against Baez.
He's got to throw punches out there, Baez does, to make Hearns kind of respect him too.
22-year-old Thomas Hearns having it his way against Pablo Baez. Just over a minute gone here in the third round. Best piece of action was the last minute of the opening round, where Hearns tattooed Baez with several right hands.
Seems to me it's just a matter of time. He's like he's setting him up here for a good right hand shot.
And of course, Baez is also letting Tommy get off first, which is obviously a bad mistake. The only shot Baez has is to offset Hearns' rhythm, get to him first.
Well, first of all, if this guy here, Baez, wanted to take this championship away from Hearns, he's got to go out and take it. He's got to fight. He's got to force the fight.
Good point, Marvin.
If he wants this title.
Their heads just came together. No cut on the butt, however, and it was Baez who raised his head against Hearns as they came close. In his last fight against Randy Shields, Hearns was cut by a butt as early as the third round, fought valiantly throughout the bout, and took out Shields in the 13th.
What I can't understand is why Baez just stopped and started looking at him and stopped punching when he had his man Hearns against the rope. This seems to me the way that he would want to fight Hearns.
Hearns is pulling a rope-a-dope on him.
And the referee is not involved because they're not in the clinch. He's letting them fight their way out. Left hook by Hearns, right cross by Hearns.
Hearns looked like a very cool, calm customer in there. He knows his job and he knows what he's doing.
Final seconds of the third round. An easily forgettable 3 minutes here in the third as Thomas Hearns goes back to his corner. Pablo Baez sits down on the stool and says to himself, I've got a problem. I can't get close to this guy.
Every time he comes out, he He wishes to God up there. He knows that he's in there with a good fighter, but like I said, if he wants this man's title, he's got to go out and take it from him.
Round 4, scheduled for 15. Thomas Hearns, so far, in our view, pitching a shutout against Pablo Baez through 3 rounds.
Sal, the only thing about time now is the longer Baez goes, the more confident he's going to get.
Well, I believe that he's trying to loosen up in the ring, and I think that he would have gave that much a better look at himself if he loosened up in the inside the dressing room.
A right-hand lead by Baez caught Hearns on the chin, his most effective punch, even though it certainly wasn't a damaging blow.
Baez has one bad move in that he doesn't move his head.
The area around Baez's left eye is really red now, and there's a trickle of blood coming from it as Hearns tags him with a left hook. For later rivals still to come, Sugar Ray Leonard against Ayub Kaluli.
Hearns just looked like he let him get him a good hook there, and it didn't seem to bother him at all. He's wondering now, see what this guy got. If he's got no punch, Hearns is going to walk right through him.
Another right hand by Hearns, and he continues to peck away at that sore left eye of Pablo Baez. There's a left-right combination by the Motor City Hitman. Hearns must feel like he's at the bat-away. Put 50 cents in the slot and take your shots. He's hardly being pressed here by Baez. Big right hand by Hearns. Baez is hurt. He's in his own corner. And now Hearns is taking over. He caught him with a lead right. Baez is trying to cover up, but he's taking a lot of leather. He's flat-footed and bleary-eyed. And Hearns now battling him on the rope, going downstairs as well as upstairs.
Right now, he doesn't know where he is right now, Baez.
40-odd seconds to go in the round. The right hand, Baez is out of his feet, and the referee stops the bout. Good night, sweet prince. Thomas Hearns wins his 32nd in a row.
Like I said, it was just a matter of time.
Sal is on his way into the ring to talk with the hitman. Go ahead, Marvin. Left jab set him up.
Well, this is what he was waiting for him to shoot that left jab out, and that's just what he did. He counted with the right hand. A perfect, good shot. That's just what you learn every day in the gym. He knew he had him hurt right there, and he just kept firing away at him.
You notice the form?
Beautiful
Notice
form.
how he steps forward with the left foot, and he comes over just like you'd hit a golf ball.
Well, the one thing that you see a mark of a good fighter, he knows that he got him hurt, and he's planning on taking him out of there.
They call that killer instinct.
Beautiful instinct. You got to have it. You got to have that killer instinct in you, and it's just what he wants to do. He wants to end this and go home early.
Tell you one thing about Baez. He tried to fight his way out of it, never tried to cover. Look at him.
I think he made a mistake there. He should have almost covered up and moved forward to Hearns instead of still giving Hearns that punching room.
Somebody had Baez convinced that he could hit him and hurt him with a punch, and I don't think he carries that kind of artillery.
No, right here you can see that Baez was really hurt, and it was just a matter of time before the referee should have stepped in maybe a little bit quicker and stopped the fight.
Here's the shot again. He hit him with the right hand and hurt him, and as Marvin just pointed out, just came in and bang, bang, under control.
Right
under
here,
control.
He's just fighting off of instincts right now, Bayon is. He's just fighting off of instinct. What he should have did was move right to Hearns instead of giving him the punching room.
I got to tell you something, Marvin. He hit Hearns a pretty good right hand.
Beautiful, but he knew he's got nothing in his punches.
Nah.
Like I told you there, with the left hook, when Hearns felt the left hook, he realized that he had nothing.